Dude here, back again with another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. Today's video will be something that I've been working on for a bit now, ever since Abyss and the information for it was released. The champions have also been leaked, kind of, so that's definitely helped, but especially the bigger health pools. Those ones definitely helped with this. So this is something that I have been working on, and I need your guys' help. I can't do this all on my own. If I had every champion available at the highest rank possible, I would bang it out, but I don't, unfortunately. And thankfully, this community is the best. So I've had some great help so far, but I'm not finished yet. I want to get as many damage ratios as possible, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. So this is a spreadsheet that I've made for characters in Labyrinth dealing a certain amount of damage up until 240 hits, applying that ratio of damage to the maximum health pools of Abyss champions, and seeing just about how much damage they can take off of an Abyss champion with 6 million health as a percentage base, roughly, if the playstyle is good. Obviously, you can slip up and stuff, but we're talking about a generally well-rounded playstyle. Like, not too many slip-ups. You can get in a solid 240-ish hits with no mistakes. So this is what this is. It's just a rough percentage estimate of how much health a champion will take off of a 5.9 million health Abyss character. So the best ratios that I've had so far have been Ghost. She seems to be the best for it, at least, but again, this Ghost was with suicides, so she could take off a little less damage without the suicides, but I feel like it's going to be around the same. So Ghost has the best ratio so far. She soloed Labyrinth Star-Lord with about 29 hits to spare, so that's probably going to be about 63-65% of a 5.9 million health opponent, which is really good. That's super good. That's one revive good. That's how good that is. So the second best ratio that I've had has been my own testing, Guillotine 2099. Without any ramp up, just straight up going into the fight and getting 240 hits off, it's about 18 to 20%, which isn't that bad, but with the ramp up, it's about 60%. This was from a rank 2 6-star, a 565 5-star, will be very, very similar, if not the same. So Guillotine has had the second best ratio overall. And third best, surprisingly, has been Invisible Woman. This guy on Twitter, apologies, I'm not quite remembering your name right now, but shout out to whatever your name might be, sent me this screenshot of Invisible Woman, 240 hits into Labyrinth of Legend Star-Lord, and Star-Lord had less than 1 million health left, so I was very shocked how effective Invisible Woman was in Labyrinth in terms of her damage output. So I did the math, and it looks like Invisible Woman, if played perfectly, can take off just about 40% of an Abyss champion's health. That's a lot, man. That means if you play really, really well, you might be able to get off 50% of an Abyss champion's health pool. That's not even talking about suicides. So Invisible Woman has surprised me. Definitely surprised me. Another champion that really surprised me in the testing was my Silver Surfer. I took him into Labyrinth this morning against Star-Lord with only attack synergies because my Surfer's at rank 4, and he got off roughly, what was it, 25%? Something like that? He got off over 1 million health from Star-Lord, so that was very impressive. So that translates to an Abyss health pool as about 15% of their base health, which, you know, it's not like people are going to be using Silver Surfer for the Abyss. I just wanted to see what the ratio of damage was like for Silver Surfer at rank 4, and it's not bad. So most likely at rank 5, this would be around 20%. Again, RNG comes into play, you know, with evade and buff timing, but Silver Surfer wasn't that bad. So then we have other champions like Aegon, who had a pretty good ratio. I really should have just gone down the list. So why don't I do that right now? So Guillotine 2099, 18% without any ramp up, and 60% with ramp up. Solid. So Aegon, without any ramp up, just 240 base hits, about 10 to 13% without suicides. And then with suicides, takes off about 30 to 35%. That is from a rank 5 5-star. Domino, 14 to 20%, a little on the low side, but we have to remember there is a Limber in Labyrinth, and even if you run the Flaming Trinity, the Limber can reduce the amount of damage that your heavy attack incinerates do. So that's a factor. But Domino in the Abyss is probably going to be dealing more than this amount of damage, probably more like 30%. And this was my rank 5 5-star. Then we have Stark-Enhanced Spider-Man, Sparky, being a beast, taking off 30% of an Abyss Champion's health pool, 25 to 30%. The only downfall with Sparky is, Seaton mentioned this on Twitter, I believe it was yesterday, Stark Spidey, you need to heal him up above 50 to get the crit rate so you can crit a lot. If not, it's probably going to be more like 25-20% of an Abyss Champion's base health, which is still good, but not as good as 30%, because 30%, that's a lot. So then, oh my goodness gracious, I'm sorry for the line messages. Then we have Stealth Spidey, and this one kind of surprised me. He did worse than Stark Spidey with suicides. Stealth Spidey got off around 20 to 21%, or will get off around 20 to 21% if played well as a rank 5 5-star with suicides. He did less damage than Stark Spidey with suicides. Stark Spidey, no suicides. So, yeah, Stealth Spidey might not be as good for Abyss as we think. Then we have Symbiote Supreme, took off about 15%, or will take off. I keep saying took off because I'm referring to Star-Lord, but I'm actually referring in the future to an Abyss champion. So, Symbiote Supreme could take off 15% of their base attack. This was my rank 5 5-star. Already mentioned Invisible Woman, 40%. That's crazy. Could be increased with suicides. Silver Surfer at rank 4, about 15%, so not bad, but no one's really going to be using Silver Surfer in the Abyss. Just wanted to test out the ratio. Ghost with a solid 63%. We just call it 60 if you're not running suicides. That was a rank 5 5-star. Then we have Star-Lord, who took off 36%, or will potentially take off 36% as a rank 5 5-star. Nick Fury taking off roughly 35% as a rank 5 5-star with max deep wounds. That's a big factor right there, because that could vary the damage output quite a bit. And then finally, Human Torch, about 20% was taken off, or will be taken off. Granted, he had his pre-fight on, and he was fighting a Mystic champion, and that was a rank 5 5-star. So, all the champions on this list that I have so far, besides Guillotine, who's a rank 2 6-star, and Silver Surfer, who's a rank 4 5-star, are all 565s. So, what you guys can do, if you want to help me out making this sheet as lengthy as possible, so we have a good understanding or a good estimate of how champions will perform in the Abyss, find me on Twitter, Metal Sonic Dude, MSD, or at Metal Sonic Dude 1. I have almost 1,000 followers, and yeah, I'm pretty active on Twitter, so hit me up with your Labyrinth gameplay. Preferably, fighting Labyrinth Star-Lord would be best, just because he has more health, so the ratio is easier to add up. But if you fight Red Hulk, that's fine too. Preferably Star-Lord, though. So, thank you guys so much for watching this Abyss spreadsheet ratio of damage video. Probably could have worded that a tad bit better, but nevertheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.